Okay, let's take one more example, solving quadratic equation by completing a square. We'll begin with the observations. So we see three terms, check. We see the equation is already aligned in standard form from highest power to lowest power, check. Now let's think, should it be folded into a square of a difference or into a square of a sum? Take a moment to think. Pause the video. It actually was a trick question. And you got caught if you thought that we will fold it into a square of difference. We cannot do that because the minus that you're noticing does not belong to the second term. Look carefully. In fact, minus 25 could not be our b squared because, once again, there is no such number that when it is squared would give you a negative. So that was important to understand because this would mean in our equation we would have to get rid of minus 25 because it's not giving us anything good. So we will do the opposite operation. We will add 25 to both sides. This will allow us to eliminate it on the left side. X squared plus 10x will be what's left over on the left. I'm going to leave this space. 25 now will be on the right. And I'm going to open a cheat sheet, formal steps that you could use to help yourself while you're practicing with the process. So right now, I grouped the x terms and left the space. I made sure that x squared has a coefficient of 1, and I already isolated the constant that was minus 25. So I got rid of it. It's all by itself on the right side. Now we can complete the square. For that, we need to figure out who would be our b. So we are working with this term where x is to the first power, figuring out which number multiplied by positive 2 and x would give us positive 10 and x. Of course, that number is 5, which means that 5 is the value of our b. And now I will need to square it. b squared, of course, is going to be 25. So this is a number that I would love to have as a third term on my left side. Again, I don't want to have minus 25 because no number squared will produce a negative result. I would need a positive 25 because it would mean the value of b would have to be 5, which I have discovered through the middle term where x is to the first power. So, to gain positive 25 in the third position, I would need to add it. But to keep my equation balanced, I would have to do it to both sides simultaneously. So that is actually the reason I left space here. Plus 25 to both sides. Plus 25 to both sides. We are right here. So now we will factor and we will simplify. Again, looking at this trinomial, we now are aiming for our square. It's all three pluses now, so it will be a square of the sum, where second term is our b, and the first term is our x. Now, on the other side, I will now have 50. I will stop here because For identifying the formula of a circle, all we need to be able to do is find the square of the sum or the square of the difference. How we will use this situation, we will discuss later. But you can observe the solution below.